All right, let's move on now to the next email today. And our next email today comes to us from Veronica Dappel, who writes, a bunch of us were watching Clemson roll over Alabama. That was a destruction. We can talk about that another time. Anyway, a lot of us were watching Clemson roll over Alabama, and a new trailer for Captain Mar-vell came on. I liked the first trailer, although I didn't think it was anything special. I love this new one, though. I thought it had a lot more personality and gave me a bigger picture of the idea of what the movie would feel like. What did you think of the new trailer, and do you think it was an improvement over the first one, or even the first couple at this point? Robert, they did drop, kind of surprisingly, although there were whispers they may drop a new Captain Mar-vell trailer with the national championship game.
Right.
But they dropped that trailer with it, which is funny. They're dropping all these Captain Mar-vell trailers with the sporting events. But what did you think? I mean, we've talked about the other Captain Mar-vell trailers, and both of us like the other trailers, weren't blown away by them, didn't think they were anything special. Does this trailer do anything to mark any sort of an improvement in their strategy so far?
You know, again, I liked the trailer,
right,
but I'm a little lukewarm on her, because I think we're seeing the Brie Larson that doesn't quite know who she is. She says in the trailer, I don't know my past.
Yeah, this is the character.
But there are things in it, like she says, when I do love the conversation with Nick Fury when she's explaining what Skrulls are, and
I thought that was great. Yeah,
but why would she? You know, I know she blows up the jukebox. I'm like, do you really have to do that? I love how Nick Fury is like, well, how does that convince me you're not a Skrull?
Yeah.
I don't know that
Skrulls
can't do that.
Yeah.
And I did love the moment. I love the moment where she puts on the shield cap.
Oh,
and
yeah.
says,
yeah.
So, you know, how does this article of clothing help? You know,
wearing your branding and going with the whole secret society
yeah, I mean,
thing.
And then the rubber suit. Well, you're a space warrior in a rubber.
Perfect Nick Fury line.
It's great. And I really like this buddy cop aspect. I mean, this sort of lethal weapon. Nick Fury is Murtaugh and she's Riggs.
Yeah.
You know, I like that. I mean, if that's what they're going to do and that's where they're going to take it, but I think they're really holding back on the storyline. They've given us a bit. And I love that single shot where she wrecks shop, full on Captain America flying through attacking the ships. That's awesome. I mean, that's awesome.
We've seen that footage before,
right?
But it's quite effective.
Yeah, and I think there's a little bit more of it in that trailer where you see the ships. Look, again, I'm really excited to see this movie. I love the Carol Danvers character. I have ever since Avengers Annual 10. I think this is going to be a really fun film. I think they're holding back though, because they want to come out. I think they can't show us very much. Just like that Kevin Feige interview that came out where he said, we're not going to show you anything but the first 10 or 15 minutes of Endgame.
Right.
You know, they can't do it. They'll spill the beans.
I watched this trailer and I felt, number one, I felt it was the best trailer they put out yet.
I do too.
And I completely agree with the person who wrote in the email that I got a better sense of the personality of this movie.
Right.
Far more than I did with the other ones. And I love the way you described that one angle of it, that there's a little bit of a buddy cop kind of angle to this with Nick Fury and her. And I love Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury.
Ugh.
And you know, it's funny, I mentioned this yesterday, but on my flight back from Toronto last week, I watched Winter Soldier again.
Yeah.
And always knowing how brilliant that movie is, but you forget how brilliant the movie is till you watch it again. And that Nick Fury is that same Nick Fury from Winter Soldier, which I thought was great. The power-up stuff was good. Again, they didn't show us too much more. They just seemed to use this trailer to give us a better sense of the personality of the movie. But I'm also in the same camp as you a little bit. While I do believe this was the best trailer they've done yet, and I enjoyed this trailer, once again, though, they have failed in the sense that I'm not blown away yet.
No.
And that's fine. Not every trailer has to blow you away. I liked the trailer. I thought it was good. Thumbs up from me. But did it have that impact on me that the first Aquaman trailer hit when it hit at Comic-Con and the impact that had? Did it have the same impact as that Infinity War trailer? When that Infinity War trailer came out so long ago, when we were all like, oh, like, this is a good trailer. Thumbs up. Best one yet. More idea of the personality, but not quite knocking it out of the park
You know
yet.
what it's missing? It's missing spectacle. You know, it's you get these shots of her as a little girl, her as a test pilot, but there's no. Where's Ronan? Where's Jaimin Hansu? this movie has an incredible cast, like a lot of these Marvel movies do.
They gave us Coulson. They finally gave us a little bit of Coulson.
They finally gave us a little, which I liked. He looks great.
Too. Yep.
And I love how he's saying, well, is there only one of them? And, it's whatever.
By the way, you could do anything with Clark Gregg and I'll eat it because I think Clark Gregg is just
he's
awesome.
Great. But there's a lot of this movie that they showed us a little bit more of Jude Law. I love everything Jude Law's in.
Yes, they definitely gave us more of that.
And we get the same, it's the same training that we've seen in so many different movies. Like you've got the elder statesman training the younger new character. But there's a lot of this movie that we're not seeing. So even though the trailers leave me a little, I would say, underwhelmed, I'm really excited to see this movie because I think Marvel's they're learning to hold things back. They don't need to show us the filthy yet.
Right.
They can wait. I'm excited. And the fact they started selling tickets on Fandango already.
Yes.
So that's pretty interesting. 2 months out.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. And you know what? I was really thinking there was a period of time that I really thought they were going to employ the same strategy with Captain Marvel that they employed so effectively with Black Panther. Before Black Panther comes out, start showing Black Panther in the Infinity War trailers.
Right.
And that was a strategy they employed. And what was the result? Just $1.3 billion at the box office. No big deal. And I really thought, I think that probably a lot of us might have suspected that they might do the same thing, that they might start utilizing, I'll be honest with you, I thought there was a solid 50% chance that we were going to see Captain Marvel in that first Endgame trailer. They didn't. I think, and I thought that was the right move for that trailer.
Me too.
It just showed us probably, I think, the first 5 minutes of the movie. Fine. But it looks like maybe they're leaning away from doing that. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of results they get.
Well, Kevin Feige in his interview, this was what I thought was funny. He said that in Endgame, there were many, 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 many secrets. He used the word many 4 times. There's a lot of secrets. And he's like, we don't want to spoil one of them.
Right.
So I'm like, good. Because you know me, I thought they shouldn't even release a trailer.
Yes.
So
yes,
I think they're doing the same thing with Captain Marvel. I think they're holding back.